Snqweylmistn is a dream that found four totally different people that really didn't know each other. Gary Woodcock, Erika Koskela, Stephen Hunt, and me, April Charlo. I've had this evolving dream for 20-some years, but knew that I could never do it alone. We aren't meant to do anything alone, especially something this big. This dream was always on my heart, and it would always come up in conversations. One of those conversations was in 2013. I was driving with Erika Koskela on our way to a conference, and the dream came up, and we ended up talking for hours. It felt like the dream was coming closer. A few years later, in 2017, I was asked if I knew Gary Woodcock, and I was like, yeah, why? Because he wants to start a group home. I was told. My spirit jumped. I immediately reached out for a visit. When he shared his adoption story and his dream to help foster children on a reservation, I literally freaked out. The dream was coming closer. At that time, Erika was mourning the loss of her husband, and I hadn't seen or talked to her in months. She came over for a visit and started to tell me the story of what happened, and her story started out with, "Do you know Gary Woodcock?" And I felt my eyes get big, and I was like, yes. I peeped out. Well, he bought the house I'm renting and is my landlord. The dream was coming closer. Gary, Erika, and I started to meet here and there, but my job kept me so busy I couldn't meet on a regular basis. One day, my son's dad needed to have our cows moved, so he asked my roommate for help, who got a crew of friends and me to go along. I was sitting behind his friend Steven in his truck where we were pulling into a gas station, and I said out loud, for whatever reason, "That group home has an office right there." Steven said, "Yeah, it's that group home for at-risk youth." And I was like, "I know, they're selling it." Steven literally jerked his head back towards me so I could kind of see half his face, and he was all, "It is?" And I was like, "Why do you care?" "Because I want to start a group home for kids," he said. I mean, my heart exploded. "Tell me more," I said, like I was literally clenching my fist in front of my mouth. And the dream came closer. We all officially met in August of 2018, and by May of 2019, we received our nonprofit status. We are one of the most amazing groups I have ever worked with in my life. We put the dream and the kids before our egos, before ourselves, because we are so determined to make change in one generation, because we can only heal others to the extent of our own healing.